What is up, my kings and queens? It's your man Cash is King. Today, we're going to be showing you the OG method of how you can make a blank plate on your magic slot and attribute it to a Yankton so that you can have real in-game Blanktons with no vehicle text attributed to it. The only clean Blankton, I might add. Now, as you can see, I made my way to the clothing store and purchased a scuba outfit. You'll need to save it to one of your outfit slots. Alright, now if you don't already have one, you'll need one. Current duplication method will require it. Alright, so I have this freshly flipped magic slot that I had created in the last video. I'm just going to go ahead and take it down, store it in the back of my MOC. Alright, now because this vehicle is on the map with me at this moment in time, it will be my personal vehicle and it will be tied to my character so that when I close app and come back online, it should automatically spawn with me out on the map. Alright, so it is important to make sure that you have your spawn location set to last location, and once you do, you can feel free to go ahead and get your glitch scuba tank outfit so that you can duplicate scuba tanks. Alright, and that will force a game save for you, as you do have to change your outfit while you do it, and you can feel free to close your app, load right back in to Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. Once you're here, back online, your magic slot should spawn with you, and as soon as you enter it, you should see your plate reverts back to blank, and the identity of this vehicle will be stripped. Alright, now the magic slot vehicle does have to spawn with you on the map in order for that to happen, and if we would like to save that blank plate, we have to take it to LSC and alter the vehicle. If you just return to storage or drive it back into your workshop garage, it will get a numbers plate that was attributed to it back on the vehicle itself. So we'll have to alter it to save it in this state, and as you can see, I've just driven down to Los Santos Customs by the airport. Alright, now once you pull in, you can make any change that you like to the vehicle, but we are going to be just duplicating over this vehicle to steal the license plate later on, and so I just suggest making a small change that doesn't cost too much. And I'll change the plate to black, just so that we can enhance that blank feature that we're trying to keep. Alright, so when you exit LSC, you should get the orange save circle in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. And that will allow this vehicle to now be locked in this state. Alright, and so from here you can go ahead and make your way on up to your auto shop. And as you can see, I just have mine still up by Give Cars to Friends location, or I have Spanish Avenue close by. Alright, once you do get there, you can feel free to call your MOC out, wait on the corner. There's a couple of close spawn locations, and if I hold pause, you can see my MOC will just show up right behind me. Alright, I don't have to go very far away to travel to get it. Now this vehicle, my magic slot vehicle, as we had stored in the back of our MOC, we just want to go ahead, throw a sticky bomb on it and destroy it to place it into insurance. Alright, once it is into insurance, you can feel free to get inside of your MOC, drive it on down to your auto shop. We're just going to leave it outside on the road, same as before. If you guys have seen the how to use your magic slot to solo flip video, you should be familiar with this process. So as you can see, I did call Lester because I had the cops from destroying my magic slot vehicle, but after you tell him to have the cops to turn a blind eye, feel free to ring up your mechanic. We're just going to go ahead and request out a vehicle that we would like to duplicate. Alright, and it can be any vehicle, but I suggest one that's fully modded, that already has a Yankton on it. Now, we are going to be stealing the component of just the blank identity of this magic slot, forcing a new vehicle on it that is fully clean, and then later we'll reduplicate off using a separate vehicle slot, so that we can take that vehicle with us. Alright, so after I called my mechanic and requested that vehicle out, the Jester RR on cleans, you'll see that it does have a clean 100 on the license plate. Alright, now I'm just going to take this Jester RR and begin with the duplication process. So I'll drive up to the auto shop, get the full alert, decline it. Feel free to reverse and back out of the auto shop slowly so that you don't get another full alert. You can take it back to your MOC and it should suck you right in. Press your PlayStation button once, and then back into GTA 5 Online. You should appear in the back of your MOC. Now if you're not registered in the SecuroServe, you'll have to. Your motorcycle club will work as well. And you'll just want to change your style to duplicate your scuba tanks. Block off the vehicle inside the MOC so that you can teleport out. We're going to be doing the same method as before, where we stand at the back, hit X and triangle at the same time, and we should be forced out with the vehicle, and we'll notice the plate does revert back to blank. Alright, now you can take this vehicle right back into your MOC and store it. This will successfully save the vehicle on top of your magic slot. So I have that original version with the clean 100 plate still. But this vehicle, the duplicate version, will now be my magic slot. Alright, so now I've went ahead, made my way on down to the nightclub, and we're going to have to be getting ourselves glitched out using the DJ method. So I'm just going to be taking this Sabre GT to my nightclub service entrance, driving it outside, and I will want to leave this vehicle out on the map while I'm getting glitched out. We're going to need it to enter our nightclub later. Once you have it out on the map, you can feel free to enter back into your nightclub floor. We're going to walk up to the office where we have our couch that we can lay down on. And you should still be registered into SecuroServe before you do this so that you can have VIP access to the laptop. Alright? And so, once you hit right D-pad at the bed, you should get the animation of yourself laying down. You can go ahead and hold pause, go to your map, and begin any one of your blue dot jobs. Now I was a little early, it said currently unavailable, but you can feel free to try again, and it should allow you to accept a job. Nothing should happen, but you can see that I do have the loading circle in the bottom right hand corner of my screen, and I was able to hit triangle to get out of the bed. So I've just made my way back to the computer, hit right D-pad to sit in the seat, and you can hit X to log in. You'll go down to the resident DJ option, and you need to choose to be able to rebook a DJ. And if you don't have a DJ to rebook, you're going to have to go through the mission to set one up. Alright, but once you do rebook that DJ, you should be launched into the clouds and nothing will happen. It will force you into the job, however, that you did start on the pause menu, and you can just feel free to decline and exit out of that job. You'll back out and you should appear outside on the map invisible, and you cannot move. You'll be locked. We're going to need a friend who's in an invite only session in Titan of a job so that we can join on them to get the private alert. And I've just held pause, went to online, went through my crew members, and when I found in my crew members my Consul 2 who I have waiting in Titan of a job, just feel free to go on their name and join game. And you can accept all the alerts. As you can see, I did get a different targeting mode alert before the private alert, and that's totally fine. Once the private alert exists, you will get kicked right back down into the map, and you can see that I'm now visible and able to move. And I do have that Sabre GT still outside waiting for me. So I just want to make your way to your personal vehicle that you pulled out of your nightclub. Take it right back into the entrance and choose to take this vehicle back to the floor that it came from. It doesn't matter what floor it is. So I'll choose my nightclub service entrance, and as you can see, I got the glitchy screen where you can hit triangle to exit the vehicle and you'll fall through the map. Now, same as before, we want to request out our nano drone, your RC Bandito, or your RC tank, so that you can test to verify that you are successful in being glitched out. Once you hit triangle to back out of your RC Bandito, you should see that your character is flashing on the map before he is fully rendered, and this will allow you to know that you were successful in becoming fully glitched out. Alright, so now all we want to do is go ahead and job teleport to the closest job next to your special vehicle warehouse. Mine is over on the east side of the map, but once you start the job, you should still have your friend backed up that you had just bounced off of. And titan of a job who was in a different targeting mode, and you can feel free to go ahead and find him back through your options inside of the job to join on him and back out, or you can also double tap your PlayStation button to join, double tap your PlayStation button to join, and when you get the different targeting mode alert, you can decline it and it will just drop you right back down onto the map. Now, as you can see, I just made my way to my special vehicle warehouse, and after about 15 seconds on a black screen, you should be sucked in invisible with no special vehicles inside. The only way to get out is going to be to job teleport out, and you'll just want to job teleport to the closest job marker of the LS car meet. Alright, and you can feel free to use the same process as before. We're going to be bouncing off that same friend in a different targeting mode. Alright, when we're kicked out of the job and we're back down onto the map, you can feel free to hold your interaction button, go into your services list, pull out the personal vehicle that's in your MOC. Alright, we're going to need this personal vehicle to take with us inside of the car mate. Now, this was our magic slot to begin with, that we've already duplicated onto our magic slot to get the blank plate. Now, we're going to need to be able to duplicate this in a way that will allow us to create dirty dupes, unfortunately. But because it's off of our magic slot, the vehicle identity that we're passing doesn't actually exist. This is a lot different than your typical blank plate that's used on iFruit Emulator. But once you do take that car inside the car meet, you can just feel free to get right back in it, exit the car meet, and spam right D-pad on the black screen. And after a moment, you should see yourself sucked back into the workshop. In the default car meet, there is no people around, but you don't want to make any changes to the vehicle. You just hit circle and back out. You should see a small animation and be kicked back out on the map with your vehicle. And even though it's on and you can rev the engine, you will not be able to drive it. This car is fully bricked. Now you can feel free to job teleport to your arcade, and you can steal a streetcar, call a buzzard, perhaps use your Sparrow from your Kasaka. I just find the job teleporting around saves a lot of time. Alright, and once you do get close to your arcade, you just want to go ahead and go into your interaction menu. You should be far enough from that vehicle that you can now request personal vehicle. And even though that gesture was left on the map bricked in that state at the car meet, once it appears back on the map for you, you should be able to get in and drive it, no problem. Alright, and we're going to need to extract this vehicle from the back of our MOC and store it inside of our arcade with us. So we'll just get into that vehicle and drive it into our arcade. Make sure that your arcade is full so you get the full alert. We're just going to choose a vehicle to push back into our MOC so that this car can come with us. Alright, and so now that we have accepted the full alert and pushed the vehicle out, you'll also want to make sure that you have vehicles to lose in here. A vehicle that we can just overwrite and duplicate over. So it could be a free Elegy or a motorcycle. I'm just going to be using a Deluxo, but as we can see, I still have that blank plate on this magic slot, and I'm just ready to make a vehicle that I can store so that I can keep it and use it for later on. Alright, so we're going to have to get a vehicle tied to our personal vehicle slot. And I'll just take this Deluxo from the same garage out and leave it on the map. And you can call out using your motorcycle club any random bike. It's not important, as long as it's from a location that a personal vehicle can be stored. Once it is on the map, you can feel free to enter into your arcade once again. We're just going to make our way on over to that gesture RR, and we should have the right D-pad option to take us back into the car meet workshop so that we can duplicate. Alright, and so you'll get into that gesture RR and hit right D-pad, and if all is well, it should be glitched under the map and have the animation of you entering the workshop. Alright, now this is perfect. You'll just want to make a minor change to the vehicle. And I like to take the armor and buy stock back to full. It's one of the cheaper options, and you don't lose any of the upgrades from the vehicle as you duplicate. Once you do purchase the upgrade, you can feel free to hit circle and back out. And you should be sent right back into your arcade. Alright, and I have that tracker of that vehicle still on the map, the Deluxo. and it is in this garage store just behind me, but I'll feel free to return it to storage using my interaction menu. And as you can see, I have another duplicate copy of that Jester RR that has appeared. It's no longer stored on my magic slot, available and ready for me to keep. It will now be attributed to the interior and the trim that is on this vehicle, so if I'd like to use it as a magic slot donor vehicle, I'll feel safe knowing that I'm not passing any type of scratch plate. Alright? And so, I hope that this method will help you guys out, and that you'll be able to actually make you some real OG Blanktons. These are the only blank Inkstons that are actually blank. It's your man Cassius King. As always, be safe. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.